window.
7:37 here, Big 550 KTRS. Every Friday we check in with Dynagreen to make sure our lawn is all up to snuff. Basically, this is just a vanity segment, so I can make sure my lawn is going well. Davis Wright is our expert. Good morning, Davis.
Good morning, sir.
We were talking off the air. Shockingly, we're actually dry. We need a little rain.
We do need a little rain. I thought after the spring I would never say that, but we do need a little rain. If you have an irrigation system at your house, I would highly recommend that you, at this point in time, until we get some rain, water your lawn at least 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have an irrigation system, just a little handheld oscillating sprinkler or something like that. So, yeah,
Right.
we definitely need some water.
It's really amazing how fast the whole thing dries out.
It is incredible.
All right, so my yard is looking actually pretty good, and somebody came up to me the other day and said, which neighbor do you make fun of on the radio about not having Dynagreen? And I said, none of them anymore, because all my neighbors, I shamed them all into using the Dynagreen system. We're in stage number 3.
Correct. We are in step 3, which is the fall starter. So essentially what the fall starter is going to do, it's going to green you up and then give you some good root development. Obviously, we haven't had the most stressful summer, but, over the course of time, your grass is going to get stressed out just from the heat and stuff like that.
Right.
So the fall starter is really going to just kind of give your yard a revitalization, kind of a boost.
You also said that this is a good time to reseed. Who should be reseeding?
It is a good time to reseed. Honestly, you need to look at your lawn. If you have some bald spots or bald patches in your grass, great time to reseed. So go to your local independent Dynagreen dealers, ask for a fescue blend. I would recommend the Independence 4-way fescue blend.
Okay.
Get it. Obviously, you can also put a starter fertilizer down with it, which I would recommend. Obviously, it's not necessary, but
Right.
I would highly recommend it. Now, I'll try not to make this super confusing. The fall starter, you can start seed with, but with the chemistry in it, it's not really a true starter.
Okay.
A true starter actually has more phosphorus in it.
Okay.
So Dynagreen has a supplemental product called just the Dynagreen starter. So most of all the independent dealers will have that on hand as well. So if you're going to start seed, I would actually, on the whole lawn, just go with the Dynagreen starter.
That's if you're inputting a whole new lawn in.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But if you're just reseeding, you don't need to do that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If you're starting from like bare ground,
Right.
use the Dynagreen starter. If you're just going to reseed, fall starter works fine.
Gotcha. Okay. And then how do you put the seed down? Pretty simple. Can you take your hand and just throw it out there?
Really simple. If you have just a few bald spots, yes. I would highly recommend getting a spreader. We sell Dynagreen spreader. I don't sell Dynagreen spreaders. The independent lawn and garden dealer
Have Dynagreen spreaders.
Dynagreen spreaders. They also have little handheld spreaders. So depending on the size of your job, if you're doing your whole job, you're going to want to push behind. If you're doing a few patches, you might just get a little handheld one. So
you keep talking about independent lawn and garden dealers. Can I go to a big box store and get Dynagreen?
You cannot. You won't find this in Lowe's, Home Depot. None of those big box stores carry this.
I went up to, after the segment last week, I went to a Menino's for dinner, and somebody came up to me at Menino's and said, I'm switching over to Dynagreen. And I said, why? And they said, because my lawn guy's terrible, and I'll just do it myself. It's actually kind of fun when you get to kind of do it yourself a little bit.
It is. People enjoy it, and we made it really simple. Like I think we talked about last week a little bit. We've designed it to kind of go with the time of year. So it's a really simple process. You kind of follow the months, follow the steps, and your lawn's going to look great in the end. So.
I'll also tell you that I put that number 3 down 2 weeks or so ago, and you can really tell the difference. My grass is growing a lot better than it was before.
Yeah, the number 3 is a great product. One other thing I want to touch on before we move on or finish is reseeding. When you put seed down, it's going to take about 10 to 14 days to germinate, so don't expect it to be like an overnight thing. And then also...
It isn't like Rogaine where it just grows
exactly,
naturally.
It's not like Rogaine. It is not. And then one other thing on that is make sure you water it. It's like a newborn baby. You got to feed the newborn baby. You got to water the seedling. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Davis Wright. To find the independent lawn and garden dealer near you, where should we go, Davis?
Go to www.dynagreeninfo.com, and you can find all the information there.
Dynagreeninfo.com, and it's as easy as going in and asking them, hey, how do I get started? And they'll give you the number 3, and you're up and running.
Correct.
And then you're part of the Dynagreen revolution, if you will. Davis, have a good week. Thanks.
You too. Thanks.
7:42 here, Big 550 KTRS.